Hey everybody. Yeah, this is what bed hair looks like for me right now. I don't give a crap. So if anybody's late to the party in the world right now, Wicked Wicked was released back in November. I was originally wanting to see it in the movie theater. Didn't get a chance. Just life happened. Um Ironically with Wicked, it's been a I've wanted to see plays, but like I just haven't had the opportunity to go and actually see really any plays, for multiple reasons, from the fact that like money, um timing, my schedule, to having someone to go with, like, just whatever. Like, yeah, I could do things on my own, but like, I don't know, it's not always that fun when you do things on your own, at least in my opinion. Like, I do enjoy making memories with other people. So yeah. um Sorry, I just realized, like, you guys really can't ever see my top teeth, and it really like annoys me that I'm like, I don't know, just okay, that was totally ADD moment. But so again, haven't watched the play, haven't watched the actual movie in theater, and now it's you're able to watch, like, I could have paid for it and watched it on any of the streaming services or whatever or whatnot. I decided to wait until it came out on um basically Peacock, and where it was part of the subscription. So I'm going into getting ready to watch it for the last 24 hours. And I haven't been able to officially watch it. Not for any more reason than, like, all of a sudden. So with all the hoopla that's been going on, all the press release and everything like that, what's actually ironic is Cynthia, who plays Elva, I can't pronounce her name, the Wicked Witch. And then also Ariana, who plays Glinda. Even from, like, so as a kid, backstory of the Wizard of Oz, was not a fan of the Wizard of Oz. I was actually absolutely petrified of the Wizard of Oz because of the Wicked Witch. So here's where the ironic twist in my story is. So growing up, like, mainly as a kid, like under 10 type thing, I was literally scared of the Wicked Witch after seeing it the first time. I was even to the point that I was afraid of taking a bath, because somewhere in deep down inside, I thought I was a wicked child. And I was like, if water gets on me, I'm gonna melt. Now, mind you, I'd taken baths prior to this moment. I never melted. I'd taken baths after. Never melted. Like, it was just one of these things. You saw a movie, all of a sudden, like, it's in your head. So it wasn't like my, like, oh my God, I gotta see this movie. But over the years, I've gotten it's like a good movie. Plus, I like knowing backstories of like how it came to and stuff like that and everything. That, like, I think it was a good movie. Is it my drop dead movie? No, absolutely not. But like I said, like, Wicked kind of does the prequel, like, gives you the story of how the Wicked Witch came to be and stuff like that. Now, here's the funny thing. Again, haven't seen any of them, and I've only done these minor deep dives in the last 6 months about Wicked. So I'm not like a diehard, oh my God, I know everything about it. No, I do not. What has been funny is when the press releases happen, and even with, like, going into prior to seeing the movie, Glenda and Elphaba are portrayed as basically eventually becoming besties. Like, Cynthia and Ariana, like, come across as like they built this big bond and everything, and they probably did. They probably honestly did. But what's funny is Ariana wanted to play both roles, even though she's like, Glinda's been my girl since da 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 da. Okay, so here's the funny thing about it is, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Ariana. Just something rubs me the wrong way. But that's my point. That's my choice. We don't have to like everybody. We don't have to love everybody, but we should be civil with each other and everything like that. And whatnot. My only real gripe with Ariana right now And people are gonna hate on me for saying this, and it is what it is. But so like this movie in particular, like technically they did both part one and part two together. So they have filmed everything in it. So they're not going to go back and stuff. So they've done two movies back to back since basically I believe they started in 2022 or 2023 filming, and then they finished production with everything in January of 2024. No, they started at one point, then there was a halt because of the writer's strike and stuff like that. But like, so this has been at least a 5-year making movie. At least. Some people have been involved in this for 20 years, one way or the other. There's a whole, like, they do a special on Peacock about the backside. If you probably got the DVD, you probably see it. But basically, if you look at where Ariana was when she first tried out for the movie and where she's at today, and I get she's a vegan, like whatever she is, she doesn't eat like meat and stuff like that. There's food she doesn't eat, and she's Italian. So this is where the funny part is. Like, the girl needs, I'm not trying to hate or body shame. I just don't think she's like, I do not think she's actually healthy in the sense that, like, basically she's getting too thin. Like, she's actually below her body healthy weight. For nothing more than basically society. Between people telling her she's not good enough at, like, whatever weight. Like, I genuinely am concerned that basically the girl needs to have a couple more pounds on her. Like, you can see, like, like, I can do this and you can see this in my rolls, whatever. I don't care. I really do need to lose a few pounds for my own self. So it's I'm not saying she's fat in any way, shape, or form. She needs to put a few pounds on. You look at her upper chest and everything, and there's not meat on it. Like, and again, hate me if you're gonna hate me, whatever. But this is my opinion. But I just think, like, basically between doing shows, things like this, and everything, that she works herself too hard and forgets to take care of herself. So that is where my genuine concern is. And yeah, so do what you want on that one. But back to the actual movie. So what's funny is the more I think of this movie, Wicked 1 and 2 and everything, that, like, Wicked 1 just came out. Like, Glenda's really, I haven't seen the movie, so this is just my premonition and everything like that. So I'm going to do one after, but after part 1, like, the Wicked, because there's going to be the one for Glenda, like, how she's good and everything, and that supposedly this is going to be the second part or whatever, or more to the story. So, like, I've literally gotten 6 minutes into the movie, and this is where, like, I was like, oh my god, like, I know it. I, like, absolutely know it. But basically, like, the opening scene is and if you haven't seen the movie, I'm sorry, I'm gonna give spoilers. The opening scene is the scene where Dorothy splashes water on the Wicked Witch, and she's now melted, and she's supposedly dead and everything like that. Like, and I say that because, is she really? Have we seen a post movie of Wizard of Oz? Like, I don't know. But, like, again, supposedly she's dead. She's now melted and everything like that. And you hear back sound of Glenda basically talking. And then there's the part of, like, she's in front of the Ozians at Munchkinville and everything like that. And basically, if she's your homegirl, if she's your bestie and everything like that, like, regardless, okay, so, like, yeah, like, people can have falling outs, and maybe that's what's supposed to be telling the movie and everything like that. But I've just always had this thing, like, and it's talked about it, like, basically, like, Glenda's always been out for herself. And, like she comes off as across good. Like you have the like I just also watched the show Adolescence. And it's kind of like that thing. Like people come across and put on this great little front and like acting like they're all good, but deep down inside they're little evil little shits. And so yeah, I really I'm not a Glenda fan in any way, shape, or form going into this. Like, if anything, like, ironically, like I said, as a kid, I was like scared shitless of being like the Wicked Witch and like melting because somewhere deep down inside of me said that I was a wicked child. I kind of like am rooting for Elphaba right now without going into the movie. Like, I don't know. So it's, and from what I understand, like it was really cool that Cynthia like is more the headliner of this, even though Ariana's there, and like, and it's always been kind of the two of them, but like Ariana should have really taken a couple steps back, even though it's part of the thing and everything like that. Like pink goes great with green, or green goes great with pink, or whatever. But like, yeah. So that's my rundown so far into Wicked without seeing Wicked. And maybe next time when I do my hair, like, so this is why it kind of, because I'm gonna be working on Lego, like, and I was, hold on, that's not what I want to show. It's gonna take a hot minute now. Like, so I have this in the background, and so I just have poor timing because it's gonna show, I think, Moana next. Nope, Last Breath. Like basically the previews and stuff like that. No, Jesus. Okay, this is taking forever. Back to this for a second. So basically, like I'm sitting here and now it's not gonna show, but basically Wicked kept popping up, so that's what made me think of this. So yeah, I will be doing another video after, and yeah, maybe I will look a little more humane. But I don't give a shit anymore. I really don't. It's Sunday. So yeah. Okay, bye.